With Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the horizon, it's time to start thinking about what we could be seeing in this new installment. I mean, of course we're going to try to ruin the game for ourselves before it comes out, okay? We're theorists, it's what we do. But what crumbs did they leave in the trailer that we can latch onto like the source code of a FNAF website? That's what we're exploring today. Let's do it. And at 10, Fi's return. The latest trailer for Tears of the Kingdom contains a significant Easter egg that could shed some light on the game's closely guarded story. Fans have picked up on various voice actors in the trailer, which may belong to either Princess Zelda or Ganon. However, there is a female voice that some believe to belong to an old ally of Link's, adding further intrigue to the game's narrative. The inclusion of the damaged Master Sword in the game's promotional material has led many to speculate that Fi, or Fi, from Skyward Sword will make an appearance. Fi is the spirit residing within the Master Sword, and her fate may be in jeopardy based on the game's promo. Fans hope that if Fi does appear, she won't be as bothersome as she was in the original game released for the Nintendo Wii. But yeah, it's certainly interesting. The Easter egg in the trailer has heightened excitement among fans, who eagerly anticipate uncovering the mysteries behind whatever is happening in this game, because there's a lot going on. Maybe even a little too much. And at 9, returning enemies. In the trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, observant fans have spotted some new foes, including a block-formed monster and a Sheikah plate with tentacles. Additionally, some enthusiasts have noted the reappearance of beloved adversaries from previous Zelda titles, such as the portly bokoblin that resembles Skyward Sword and Wind Waker's moblin designs. The cinematic in the trailer also depicts the possibility of the return of the unnerving Re-Dead, which made its first appearance in Ocarina of Time by clinging onto Link when he got too close. If the Re-Dead does make a comeback in Tears of the Kingdom, it's possible that players will need to maintain a safe distance from it. And based on the appearance of the Blood Moon in the trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, it's reasonable for fans to speculate that Calamity Ganon has yet to be vanquished as well. The return of this malevolent entity may actually intensify the peril faced by Link and just the sheer terror of the game, because I mean, it's a freaking Blood Moon. What else do you expect? Despite this though, the Blood Moon will likely function in a similar manner to how it did in Breath of the Wild, just giving you a reason to actually have more enemies to keep fighting. And at 8, Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, hear me out. What if we've really been saying the title wrong and it's meant to be Tears of the Kingdom? I mean, we know that the Zelda timeline splits into 3 separate paths in Ocarina of Time, and somehow those have to lead to Breath of the Wild, right? So, what if Tears of the Kingdom is the junction point that brings the timelines together? There are plenty of characters returning that possibly couldn't, and I think I might have heard Mipha's voice in the trailer. And there's also other points later on this list that don't make much sense unless they're from other timelines, so perhaps the Tears are really meant to be tears in the kingdom, where we finally see all of the timelines collide into one solid timeline, kinda like the Crisis on Infinite Earths event from DC Comics, which was meant to simplify that universe into one Earth. So maybe that's what Tears or Tears of the Kingdom is really trying to do as well. And at 7, mechs. Fans have eagerly been awaiting the return of horse riding, but with all the new forms of transportation, they've really kind of forgotten about it. In the second trailer, you can see glimpses of hot air balloons, flying machines, and cars that have impressed fans and actually made them draw comparisons to Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. It seems that getting around the world of Hyrule will be an adventure all of its own. And another exciting feature teased in the trailer is the possibility of Link being able to craft his own vehicles. This has led some to speculate that players may be able to create their own form of unique transportation options, and honestly, that seemed accurate from what I was seeing in the trailer. It's possible that this feature was added in response to fans who were creating flying machines and glitches in Breath of the Wild using rafts and balloons and all that. But with so many transportation options and the ability to craft vehicles, navigating the world of Tears of the Kingdom is going to be quite interesting and even possibly exciting for players. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know how Link can make a giant block on wheels, but I guess after the Master Cycle 0 was included, all bets were off. And at 6, Link's new arm. Many fans have also noticed that Link looks a little different to his appearance from Breath of the Wild. While this game's story is still largely unknown, it seems that something is going on with Link's little arm there. In the first trailer for the game at E3 2019, an evil entity was shown entering Link's arm, leading to speculation that he may be cursed or possessed. In subsequent trailers, it appeared that the evil has severely affected Link, causing his arm to become lifeless in some scenes. However, in other scenes, Link's arm appears to have been upgraded to resemble the Sheikah Slate, which he uses to perform various abilities in the gameplay footage, which could be where all the new abilities come from. This could mean that Link's new arm gives him like the new and improved abilities that show up in the game, making him an even more formidable hero, or it could just be them trying to turn Link into the Winter Soldier. Who knows? Halfway through into number 5, returning locations. Many fans of the Breath of the Wild game, myself included, are looking forward to revisiting similar locations from that game in Tears of the Kingdom. While the game promises to introduce new areas as well, such as the Sky region inspired by Skyloft, but to me inspired by the Aether mod for Minecraft, fans are particularly excited to return to some of their favorite spots from the previous. I particularly want to go see the Zora world because I don't know why. I mess with the Zoras. The most recent trailer for Tears of the Kingdom though revealed glimpses of returning locations like the Gerudo Desert, Death Mountain, and Hateno Village, and fans are hopeful that they'll be able to encounter beloved NPCs as well, like Pura, the scientist who operates near Hateno Village, among others. For many, exploring the vast open world of Breath of the Wild was a highlight of the previous game, so hopefully Tears of the Kingdom offers that same opportunity for discovery and adventure, and even more, since you can go in the sky now. In at 4, Infinity Stones. The trailer for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom had left fans speculating about multiple things, because again, we don't really know much about the story of the game. But there were several intriguing objects within the trailers that resembled tears. The objects were prominently featured throughout the trailers, and one of them was particularly striking, which was being held by Zelda herself. Other characters were also seen with similar tear-like objects, leading to suspicions that the notorious villain Ganon may have one of these in his forehead. You know, like you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to explain, but you know what I'm talking about. And as is often the case with trailers, fans have been scrutinizing every detail about it, trying to find clues for the game's story and even gameplay mechanics. But the appearance of these tear-shaped stones really has only added to the level of excitement and anticipation. One popular theory among fans is that the tears are tied to the game's title, which would make sense because, it's Tears of the Kingdom, tear-shaped stones. I mean, I doubt that they're going to be rubies or amethyst. And maybe they represent the sorrow and despair that has fallen the Kingdom of Hyrule. It's also highly likely that the tears are going to be tied to the game's story in some way, because they're probably going to be like a magical artifact or key plot element of some form. But like, to me, they kind of just seem like the Infinity Stones of the Zelda universe, which would then mean that Ganon is Thanos, and that I buy that. That seems accurate to me. Getting close to the end, and at number 3, Hero Ganon. According to a theory circulating among Zelda fans on Reddit, Ganondorf might end up being the hero in the story of Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, you heard me right. This speculation has been around since the early trailers for the game, but has gained more momentum after Ganondorf's proper reveal in the latest story trailer. The theory is based on the legend shared by Impa in Breath of the Wild, which featured an image of a hero with red hair and a green outfit, both of which match Ganondorf's new official art. The theory, as Reddit user MustGoFaster84 says, quote, "What if the mural is depicting a non-evil Ganondorf from 10,000 years ago? He was the hero, aka the Link of that time period, that helped Zelda defeat Calamity Ganon, which is really an incarnation of Demise. His resurrection in Tears of the Kingdom is Demise basically possessing the corpse of a dead hero." So, there you go. Ganon as a hero. Maybe he's just from another timeline. Hey, tying it back. But ultimately, in at number 2, Sonic Frontiers. The latest trailer for Tears of the Kingdom had quite a few gameplay features that we weren't quite expecting, particularly seeing Link gliding along rails. And while many fans liken this to iconic moments from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, some speculate that Sonic Frontiers, a recently released Switch title, might have been an inspiration for this mechanic. When Sonic Frontiers was first announced, fans noticed that the game borrowed a lot of gameplay mechanics from Breath of the Wild, including being mostly open world and resembling the appearance of Hyrule, which has led to some people believing that the grinding on the rails in Tears of the Kingdom is an Easter egg to Sonic because it was also kind of an Easter egg for Breath of the Wild. So yeah, I don't know. The inclusion of the feature, it just adds another layer to what's been going on, and I think that that's hilarious. I find referencing things that people assume are references, even if they weren't, just makes the reference that much better. And finally, in at number 1, Zelda's Death. Fans have been abuzz with speculation regarding Princess Zelda in the upcoming game as well. In promotional material, Zelda can be seen holding the Sheikah Slate, leading many to wonder if she will have a more active role in this game beyond just being the damsel in distress. Some fans have even speculated that she may be a playable character for certain parts of the game, causing even more excitement for fans of the franchise. However, others have expressed concerns that the game's title, Tears of the Kingdom, suggests that Zelda may meet an unfortunate fate. Despite these concerns, fans remain hopeful that Zelda won't be killed off, especially if she is a playable character for the first time outside of Super Smash Bros. But with Link potentially no longer needing the Sheikah Slate due to his arm, there are many possibilities to the game's storyline and character development that don't involve Zelda dying. Plus, if Zelda dying, then what's the series going to be called? Legend of Link? No, this isn't a Smosh video from 2012. But regardless of what happens to Zelda, fans are eagerly excited for the game, and you know what? So am I. I'm gonna be playing this thing the first day it comes out. And if you're excited for the game too, be sure you click the video that's popping up on the screen now. It's about creepypastas and stuff from Legend of Zelda, which is just pretty dope. So click it. Thanks for watching.